Welcome back to Wettie TV. It's been a pretty lean spring when it comes to good weather, so as soon as we got a good patch, we headed offshore to make the most of it. Plan was to start in the shallows and see if we could pick up a few nice snapper and maybe a crayfish. While exploring this nice gutway, I began to sneak over this rock and encountered the first nice snapper of the day. Unfortunately, I was a little bit rusty and took a long shot on this fish when it was virtually stationary. While reloading my gun, I did notice this nice cave on the bottom. I spotted some nice Packhorse Crayfish. Initially they were sitting out on the pebbles out of their hole. Packhorse are becoming more and more prevalent and a lot of the more accessible places to dive now. It's very important to know the difference between these and our red crayfish. The Packhorse needs to be a lot bigger to be legal size. When measuring a Packhorse crayfish, we measure from the very first calcified bar on the tail to the very tip. This is a great example of using a torch when looking for crayfish. Without my torch, I wouldn't have seen this one. I'm using the Wettie medium-sized float boat during this dive. It's the perfect size for the fish and the crayfish I'm targeting. This was an interesting chain of events. My dive buddy Sophie had told me she spooked a nice snapper right up in shallow, as well as shooting and loosing a big Trevally. And I managed to find the snapper Sophie had spooked, as well as in the corner of my eye, I just spotted that wounded Trevally. So I'm frantically trying to reload my gun to have a go at that wounded Trevally that's trying to sneak past me. When the conditions are nice like this, it's calm and it's high tide, don't neglect going right up in shallow to see what's there.
Big crays are taking up lots of space. Absolutely perfect. You won't believe it, I got that snapper.
Did you?
Yeah, and I got your Trevally as well. Yeah.
I went through the rock pool to look for you and I lost you and I came up here somewhere.
All right.
Yeah, that was real silly.
Your Trevally was right up hiding around the rocks.
That's such a good effort.
I saw the snapper and it went and just sat behind a bit of weed and I shot it. And there was another Trevally with it. And then I was mucking around with the snapper. I saw this something swimming around and I could see the gash on your Trevally.
Was it like right at the back or something?
Yeah.
Funny.
And it kept trying to hide from me and I realised my gun, it came through the duck and saw me and I shot it.
That's such a good effort.
Yeah. Huh?
Looks like a good
It might be pretty good though. You might get snapper all parked up. Like all those fish were parked up right in that bay. So do you want to just swim through there? And if it's no good, come out. But I'll go dive this rock out here and do a ground bait or something. Okay?
I carry on hunting through the shallows. And I notice as I sneak over to this gutway, I spot a snapper on the other end of it. Rather than spooking it, I quickly shoot around the other side to get a better ambush spot. I use reference above and below the water to try and figure out where that snapper was. Fortunately, I land straight on top of it. we had time to check one more spot before calling it a day. There was a lot more fish life here, as well as some good current. Sure enough, underneath them all, I pick up one more snapper. Unfortunately, my GoPro ran out of steam after this dive, as we still encountered some beautiful fish.
Right, swim back because I try to hide from it. Like you pick him up and they don't bend.
I literally don't do anything. It's anything.
You sure so?
Yeah.
These are the 3 species of crayfish we get in New Zealand. We obviously get our normal spiny red crayfish. We get our Packhorse crayfish, which can be green, sort of a yellowy colour, and a Spanish lobster. Super common in Australia, and they'll call them slipper lobster. Not as common here in New Zealand, but Dan actually found a few of them today. Good eating, but not as much meat on the legs.
Let's hope we're in for a really good summer here in New Zealand.